The next passage that is related to Allah in the created world is Surah 99. Surah 99. Here we go with its translation. So the first ayat says, when the earth is shaken to her utmost convulsion, and the earth throws up her burden, and the man cries out, what is the matter with her? On that day will she declare her tidings. So this is the whole scenario of the day of judgment has been shown, in which the earth will throw out all her burden. So for that your Lord will have given her inspiration. On that day will men proceed in companies sorted out, to be shown their deeds. To be shown their deeds. And the men proceed in companies. Then shall anyone who has done an atom's weight of good deed shall see it, and anyone who has done an atom's weight of evil deed shall see it. So let's see how are we going to build up its theme based on the scene of the day of judgment, and how the humans are going to be proceeding in their companies based on the deeds that they have performed. So let's move on to the theme of Surah 99. The first thing first we are going to write is that this surah belongs to the category of Allah and the created world. Then it says, as we are going to be moving on to the multiple themes of the surah, so first of all it says that Allah will shake the earth, destroying what He created. It means that this surah is depicting the last day, the scene of the last day of the judgment. And on that day the earth will be torn apart, and all the secrets that are hidden inside the earth will be taken out. Then Allah has been shown as the magnificent, so His power has been displayed here. What power? That He has the power to create things. He has the power to give life to something, as well as He has the power to cause His death. So here the earth was created by Allah, and now the earth has been given the death, and the whole world has been destroyed. Then the burden, admonition. Allah will give the earth a voice to say what humans have done to the earth, from environmental abuse and neglect of resources, so as well as the treatment of the animals. So basically the earth will be given voice. The surah displays the message that the earth will be given a say, in which the earth will testify that what humans have done to it, all the misuses that have been done on the earth, starting from the environmental abuse, exploitation on the earth through mining, neglect of resources, treatment of animals, as these are all the belongings of the earth. So whatsoever the humans have done to the earth will speak about it. Next you have is the accountability. Basically the people who have spent their life on the earth, they will be responsible for their actions on earth, and Allah will give people their accounts, which will take them to heaven or hell. Here the accounts basically means the series of deeds that a human being, that a person, that a Muslim has performed on this earth. So that series of good or bad deeds will be given an account by Allah, and on the basis of that account, that person will be sent to heaven or hell. So lastly, the justice will be given by Allah, as Allah is going to be the judge, the just judge. So Allah will give the judgment, and His justice will be seen on that day, because as the surah specifies that minutest of the good deed and minutest of the bad deed will not be avoided. So the humans are going to be judged honestly and justly on the day of judgment. Moving on to part B, importance of Surah 99. So the first thing it says that the last day creates a fear of accountability, reminding Muslims to stay on the straight path, thus building taqwa inside their hearts. As the passage depicts the message of the last day of judgment, the accountability of humans in front of Allah, so automatically it develops taqwa, the fear of Allah, in which they think that whatsoever they do on the earth, they will be accountable for that to Allah. Next thing is good deeds will be rewarded. So it encourages Muslims to do good at all the times. For example, following the pillars of Islam, being honest, helping others. These are some basic examples that shows your goodness. Otherwise, the performance of goodness can be done in multiple variety of ways. It deters them from displeasurable actions like lying, cheating, gossiping, not obeying Allah's command. So here again, few examples, very light examples have been given in which you can avoid evil. So the humans, especially the Muslims, are asked to do the acts that are appreciated by Allah and avoid the acts that are not liked by Allah. Thirdly, it says it helps Muslims understand the temporary nature of the world, which can prevent them from being distracted by worldly things. So, they will come to know that ultimately and finally this world is going to get finished. So, whatsoever the belongings that they have, they all will vanish. Even the life of the human being will vanish. So, when they will know that this earth will collapse, the belongings they have will collapse, their life will be taken away from them. So, it keeps them. It prevents them from being distracted by worldly things, whether it's fashion, money, gaining, or work. So basically, these are again few examples in which you can tell your examiner that I know that these are the distractions of the world, but a Muslim is supposed to keep himself or herself away from it. Lastly, it says Muslims would feel comfort of Allah's justice. So they know that Allah is just. Allah is not going to do any sort of injustice to a Muslim on that day. So they will feel comfortable that their actions will be judged correctly by Allah.